Welcome to the Backstory. I'm Robert. Today I'm joined by Timmons, worship leader extraordinaire out from
Dancer.
Nashville. You're a dancer too?
No.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fashion consultant from what I understand.
It's not
But you're a
true.
returning guest. Welcome back to
Yeah.
Shepherd's Grove. We're
Thank you.
really happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So tell us what's happened in the last few years.
Well, I still have 20 kids.
Congratulations.
Not really. There's just 4, but it feels like 20 because we
I'm
have
sure.
twins at the end.
And what ages are they?
Malia's 9, Noah is 7, and the Timmons, they are
I like that.
5.
Be a good hashtag too.
Twins?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we moved to Nashville about 10 months ago.
Wow, how's that been?
It's been great. Hard in some ways.
Mhm.
I miss my family out here.
Yeah.
And ocean. I miss surfing a bunch.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I see my kids and my wife way more.
Mhm.
So I'm on tour all the time, so it just helps.
So what's based in Nashville that you're doing?
Everything.
That
I
made
mean,
them.
my label, Sony Provident is based out there. My management. I mean, it's like running a company from
Absolutely.
somewhere else,
So it's probably made family life a little bit easier being close to them.
Because literally every tour goes out of Nashville.
Wow.
So it just makes it easy.
So what's it like going on tour, recording all of this stuff, and then also balancing family life? How do you do that?
Oh gosh. So we went to Nashville, and the hard part about Nashville was one of my sons just change is not his best friend,
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like I'm FaceTime parenting,
Mhm.
like son, look at me, buddy, look at my face, look at my eyes. I mean, just so dumb. But that's just kind of what you had to do.
Mhm.
It's hard. That's the hardest part about touring is
Mhm.
not being with my kids and my wife.
Do you find it brings the family closer together when you're home with them, or does it is there
I
a
think
transition
there's
period?
always a
or-
tension of like
Yeah.
a transition of like I come home and Hillary's been doing this for quite a while,
Mhm.
and so we never let it get past 2 weeks. But
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So are any of your kids musical, or do they?
yeah, they all have great. I mean, my daughter, my oldest, she writes songs, and I might start stealing them a little bit. Like her melodies comes, I'm like, what? Like, did you hear Daddy do that, honey? Oh, fine, but I will steal your song.
So can
So-
you talk about where did your musical talent develop? Where did it start?
I had a couple jokes right there, but I'm not going to leave it right there. I started drums at 7,
Okay.
guitar at 11, and just started writing songs.
And then how did that transfer into worship leading?
I was good at it. I never wanted to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but I did it all through college and high school and junior high. But then Jesus apprehended my heart
Mhm.
a while back. He's done that twice.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time was inviting me to actually see that there are so many people that we call ourselves followers of Jesus, Christians, but what if like every person that is going to be in this room today knows 10 people that I don't know? And what if I was just part of helping them own their response to Jesus? So they would actually be representers in their world.
Yeah.
So it was such a different story for me. I wanted to go out and be mainstream,
Mm-hmm.
but Jesus changed my heart and said, help my people actually look like me.
Wow.
So that's what I get to do.
Is there a certain verse that you connect with that, or a song that's really connected with that message from Jesus?
Well, life verses sometimes can be a little trite, and I was a little nervous, leery of those things. But for me to live as Christ and to die as gain has been kind of my life verse. So the first part is for me to live as Christ. I mean, it's like I woke up today, and so it's Jesus. My life is Jesus. And then 15 years ago, I was given 5 years to live with incurable cancer diagnosis. I don't really claim it, but I was diagnosed with that.
Yeah.
So at that point, when the second part of the verse, to die is gain, it's like, oh, for me to live today is just with Jesus. That's it, period. Where is he at work? I want to join him. And then to die is gain. Like, I'm here today.
That's awesome.
So-
And today you're going to be performing with the Hour of Power Orchestra and leading
Yeah.
worship with them.
Yeah.
What is that like? Do you get to perform with an orchestra like this very often?
No, I might take them on the road.
It was fun watching you rehearse with them because there was clearly a rapport going between the two of you.
Yeah, I joke a lot, and at first they're like, who is this guy that's, I was telling them to use more wrist, and they were like, how is this guy telling me what to do? He can barely play the guitar. How is he, So, but we made it. Yeah.
Awesome. So, if you could have a duet with anyone, who would you pick and why?
duet with anyone?
I didn't think that was going to be the hard question, but yes.
That is a hard question. I don't know the answer to that. Oh my gosh. I'm not sweating, but I should be sweating. I don't know. I think it would sound terrible, but Bono, he's like the guy that I want to meet.
That would be really
so
cool.
I would care. I mean, whatever on the music, I would just be like, we'd sing, but I'd ask him questions in between verses. You know?
Actually, it'd be a cool song.
Yeah.
Very interactive.
Yeah, he just intrigues me.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So back in the green room, you were telling me a little bit about your blogging project. Would you like to share about that a little bit?
Sure. I started blogging a few months back, and which is just writing every day. And the point, it's called 10,000minutes.com. 10,000 minutes.
I was going to ask, how do you spell that? But
so 10,000 minutes. There are 10,080 minutes in a week. Just trust me on that. Or
I
you
believe
can
you.
do your Googling.
I'm not going to do the math, but yes.
80 of those are spent in a room like this, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But there are 10,000 other minutes during the week.
Wow.
And apparently, we have the same spirit and power and authority that raised Jesus from the dead inside of us. I don't know people that live like that.
Yeah.
I know a bunch that live in this 80 minutes. We do this really well, but like in the 10,000 minutes, what if it's true? Like, what if we actually lived like that in the 10,000 minutes?
Wow.
So the idea of 10,000minutes.com is just how do we practically live out being a follower of Jesus all week long? Not just in the 80, but in the 10,000. So, yeah, come check it out.
And so you're blogging literally every day?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's been 5 days a week. We might go down to 3.
It's hard to keep it up.
It's a nonprofit that I'm starting, and just trying to figure out how do we really invite the church into more, not just doing small groups or just gathering for the 80, which are both awesome, but they're not the point.
But take it to that whole new level.
Jesus
and
is
that
the
whole new
point.
life.
And what if people outside at our work and our homes like actually saw us practicing the presence and principles of Jesus?
Wow.
It'd be so different.
Very cool.
So.
Well, make sure you check out Tim Timmons' blog. Also check out hourofpower.org, where your episode will be on. It will also be on TBN and several other stations coming soon. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Of course. Have you seen this tie? I'm just saying. Okay.
And we'll see you all next time.
Underdressed.